So welcome to this morning's yoga class. This is a Vinyasa flow class, beginner, slight intermediate, so I hope you enjoy this one. So we're starting seated on the mat, and you can close your eyes if you wish. And I want you to really begin to allow yourself to drop into where you are. Feel the ground. Become aware of the sensation of the air around you. Become aware if you can hear anything. You can smell anything. You might be in the kitchen. We're all at home at the moment. Just tune into your senses for a moment. I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths inside out to really allow yourself to come into your center. So inhale in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Deep inhale, exhale out. One more, inhale, exhale. Just notice if perhaps you feel a little more quiet, a little more peaceful. The breath is an incredible tool for bringing us back into our bodies. We're going to start with gentle spirals. So you're welcome to either keep your eyes closed or open, keeping your hands on the knees. Just gently rocking from side to side. So just transferring the weight from one side to the other. And then you're going to bring the weight forward, to the side, to the back, side. Forward, side, back, side. So the momentum is generated pretty much with no effort from you. Pretty awesome. And then we're going to go in the other direction. So you might wish to just go side to side to start. And then when you're ready, go in the other direction. So forward, side, back, side. Continuing in a spiral. So energy moves in waves and spirals. We're literally just following the natural flow of energy in our body and encouraging that wave and spiral type motion throughout the practice. And making that spiral smaller and smaller until you come to a complete stop. And opening your eyes, bring one arm out to the side, stretch, and the other arm out and stretch. Out to the side, bring your hand down to the ground, bring your other arm up and begin to look underneath the arm, looking up towards the ceiling. If that feels good for you, otherwise just look straight ahead. So drawing the opposite hip down towards the ground. Now lower this hand to the ground, sweep it across, bring this hand down to the ground, open the other arm up to the side and look underneath that arm. Feeling that stretch through the chest, really beautiful to do when you're waking up. Sweep that arm across, bring the hand down, open up, push your opposite hip down to the ground, feel that stretch. Sweep the other arm down, hand to the ground, open up, and just continue, sweep and open, and hold for a moment. Sweep, open. Really letting the hands trail along the ground. Feeling that stretch through the whole body. And then coming to the front. So just reaching forward. Gentle forward stretch. Walking your hands over to one side. Releasing the head down. Then walking your hands over to the other side. Coming back to the middle. Hold for a moment. walking the hands back. Rolling the shoulders a little. And then rolling them the other way. Shoulders up towards the ears and drop. Up towards the ears, drop. One more and down. Closing your eyes. Becoming aware of your breath. Are you breathing up high into the chest? Can you feel the shoulders rise as you breathe? Can you feel the back of the body moving at all when you breathe in? Does the belly move? Now I invite you to bring your hands onto the sides of the ribs, fingertips facing forwards, thumbs to the back. As you breathe in, expanding the side and the back of the ribs so that the hands will begin to move out and the belly's going to puff out, so you can place your hand on the belly. Then as you exhale, the belly draws towards the spine and the hands begin to move towards the spine. So you inhale, expanding the side and the back of the ribs, the belly will puff out. As you exhale, the belly draws towards the spine. So in a moment we're going to come into a counting breath pattern. If my count is too fast or too slow, feel free to maintain your own deep and even rhythm. Inhale, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In and out. In and out. And allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. And know that you come back into this counting breath pattern at any time during the class. So now we're going to come onto our backs. So I invite you to bring your hands down below your knees and draw your legs out slightly. And then if it's comfortable for you and you've got no obstacles behind you, beginning to rock back and forth, massaging the lower back until you come to rest on your back. And once you're there, I want you to draw your knees in towards your chest. And exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale, slight release. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in towards you, feeling that stretch. Bring your big toes to touch, place your hands on your knees. And I want you to draw your knees out and away from you, circling the knees almost like you're swimming like a frog. So the big toes stay touching and the knees are circling out and away. Draw to the center, out and away. Feel the hip bones moving on the ground. Feel the lower back moving. And then drawing in the opposite direction. This time the knees draw towards you. Just noticing any sensations in your body. And then giving the knees a bit of a squeeze. Now taking a strap or a belt or a scarf and hooking it over the right foot. And if you don't have one, you can just place your hand behind your thigh And you feel super flexible, you can bring it behind your leg, but you want to make sure that your shoulders stay on the ground and your head stays on the ground. So if you've got a strap or a belt or a scarf, extending that right leg towards the sky. Either keep the left knee bent and the foot flat, or extend that left leg along the ground and draw the toes towards you. You can have bend in this top leg. So you want to extend that heel towards the sky, feeling the stretch along the back of the calf, the back of the leg. Feels really good to stretch. It's really good to just enjoy stretching and just be in that moment and go, yeah, this feels good right now. Now we're going to begin to point and flex. So we inhale to point the toes and exhale to draw back. Inhale to point, exhale, draw back. So you can move one toe individually or even just the big toe different to the little other toes. And now slowly circling the ankle. So we want to just work at ankle joint. We don't want to move the whole leg. So we're literally just focusing the energy at the ankle. See if you can make as smooth a circle as you can. And circle in the other way. You might feel some tightness and discomfort and go, oh, that's interesting. Just paying attention to what your body's telling you. Bringing that leg to the center. Now taking the strap or the belt into your opposite hand, so you take it into your left hand. Extend your right arm along the ground. Extend your left leg if your knee's bent. And you're going to allow this right leg to twist across the body. Now you might need to bend your knee depending on if there's any obstacles near you. But you want to make sure that you keep this right shoulder firmly placed on the ground. Either look towards the ceiling or look back towards your right hand. We're working for a stretch through the body, extension through the spine. Inhale to extend. Exhale to come a little further into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now gently draw that leg up to center. And then if you can, switching over legs. So placing your left foot this time into the strap. Either keeping your right knee bent and foot flat on the ground, or extending that foot and drawing the toes towards you, because we want to keep this leg active. We don't want it to just flop out to the side. We want to keep everything active when we're in yoga. So I'm just going to bend it. Remember, you can keep this top leg bent. It doesn't have to be dead straight. You just want to make sure that you can feel that stretch at the back of the calf. Extend your heel a little bit higher towards the sky. Making sure not to lift this left buttock off the ground, so keeping the left buttock grounded. And then beginning to point and flex. Inhale to point the toes, exhale to draw back. Remember that rolling motion through the feet. See if you can roll the toes or move the toes individually. It's really cool if, with motion if you're a dancer, these kind of exercises. And then gently circling. Remember, we're not moving the whole leg, we're just circling at the ankle. And then circling the other way. Take your strap into your opposite hand. This time comes into the right hand. Extend your left leg along the ground. Your right leg along the ground. Extend your left arm out to the side, or if you don't have enough space, bend your elbow and come into what we call cactus arms, which is where your arm is bent, your elbow is on the ground. And then allow that leg to twist across the body. Either look towards the ceiling or look back towards your hand. Keep your left shoulder blade firmly pressing into the ground. Inhale to extend. Exhale to twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring that leg up to center and release the strap. Draw both knees into the chest and give the knees a hug. Now, with both knees together, circling the knees. So this time we're massaging the lower back. And then circling in the other direction. Bring them into center, give them a squeeze. We're going to come into some core work. So from here, extend your legs towards the sky, bend the knees, and then bring your feet, if you can, parallel to the floor, as best as you can see from lying on the ground. So from here, I invite you to pick your head and neck, shoulders up off the ground and look towards the belly. Extend the arms straight in front, palms facing each other. Now, if this feels too strong on your neck, I invite you to place your hands behind your head so you've got a bit of support for the neck. So here, we're going to inhale, expand the side and the back of the ribs. As we exhale, we're going to draw our belly down towards the spine. Inhale, expanding the side and back of the ribs. Exhale, belly towards the spine. Inhaling, expanding the side of the ribs. This time as we exhale, I want you to draw through pelvic floor. So the girls will know what I mean. But we're imagining we're drawing water up through the center of us, drawing the belly towards the spine. So it's a deeper contraction. Inhale, expanding the side and the back of the ribs. Exhale, drop through pelvic floor, draw the belly towards the spine. Inhale, expand the side and the back of the ribs. Exhale, drop through pelvic floor, belly towards the spine. Lastly, belly underneath the ribs, or just visualize it if you need to. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Pelvic floor, belly towards the ribs. Then resting your head on the ground. Cross your legs over at the ankles. Place your hands just below the knees, and we're rocking up and down the body. If it feels good for you, remember it's always options, this stuff, to come over into a cat-cow position. So this is where our hands are beneath our shoulders and our knees are beneath our hips. If you have any wrist issues, you're always welcome to bring the hands a little bit further forward, because this places less pressure on the shoulders and less pressure on the wrists. So you can always modify poses. And remember, if you're tired, you can always come back into child's. So I'll guide you through child's later, because we've just started the class. And so coming into cat-cow. So from here, we want to lower the shoulder blades down the back of the body as we look up. And when we exhale, we're going to begin to tuck the tailbone under, and then we're arching our back towards the sky as high as we can go and looking towards the belly. So we inhale, the shoulder blades come down the back of the body, we begin to look up. The tailbone tips up. And as we exhale, the tailbone drops under. We arch the back like a cat, as high as we can towards the sky. Push our hands away from the ground. Look towards the belly. Inhale, shoulder blades down, back of the body, looking up. Exhale, tailbone tucks under, arch the back, look towards the belly. A couple more. Really slowly and gently warming up the spine. Using the breath. Inhale to rise, looking up. Exhale to contract, looking in. One more. And then I invite you to move whichever way you want to. So you might want to do little circles. You might want to come back over the toes. You might want to do full body rolls. Whatever feels good for you. that will help you to just loosen up the spine a little and shake off some of those cobwebs from sitting down at our homemade desks all day and then coming into the center. Draw the belly towards the spine, so we're just a slight contraction here to stabilize the center. Then extend your right leg behind you. Lift that leg off the ground, point the toes towards you. You don't want to lift the leg so high that you come off balance. You want to keep your leg at 90 degrees if you can, to the ground. Parallel to the ground. And then extending your left arm. And hold. And then release down. This time, bring your left leg behind you. Draw that foot up. Draw the toes towards you. Remember not to bring it too high, just parallel to the ground. Bring your right arm in front. Pull the belly towards the spine. And release down. We're going to do that again. Pull the right leg behind you. Raise that leg up. Draw the toes towards you. Bring your left hand in front. This time if you can, bend your right knee. Reach behind with your left hand and reach if you can for that foot. If you reach it, push your foot into your hand, begin to push into your right hand to open up the chest. Feel that gentle stretch, gentle back bend. And then release the hand and foot, hold for a moment, and then down. Other side. Bring your left foot behind you, raise that foot up. Bring the right arm in front, hold. Pull the belly towards the spine. Bring your right arm out to the side. Bend to the left knee. Reach behind if you can. Reach for that toe. Reach for the foot. And if you do reach it, push your hand into your foot. Push your foot into your hand. Push your left hand into the ground, which will help you to open up the chest. And then release down. Just hold for a moment. A couple of cat-cows to recenter. So inhale, look up, shoulder blades back. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, look towards the spine. Inhale, looking up, shoulder blades back. Exhale, curl under, look towards the belly. And into the center. So you're going to come into a thread the needle. So I'm going to cue you, but I'll be mirroring you, so I'll be a bit different to you. So raising your right arm up towards the sky, look towards the sky, and then bring that right arm and right ear down to the ground. Push your left hand into the floor to open that arm up towards the sky again. Then bring the right arm and the right ear down towards the ground. One more time. Push your opposite hand into the ground, open up. This time, allowing your right arm and right ear to rest on the ground. Bring your left hand in front of your face. If you can, bring your right hand on top of your left hand. And you might want to go just as far as here. If you want to go further, bend your elbows so that your hands come into a prayer position. We're aiming to roll our chest up towards the ceiling. This might be far enough for you. If you want to go further, raise your left arm towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch. If you want to go further, rotate the hand away from you and then bring that hand behind you into a half bind to reach for the top of the thigh and using that to lever the shoulders open. And then releasing, bring the hand back up, bring it down to the ground. Bring your left hand in front of your face, push your hand into the ground to open the right hand up and then come back down. And here we'll go into child. So bring the big toes to touch, bring the knees out wide, and then sitting back to just stretch the arms forward. Breathe in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. And then coming back up. So we're going to go on the other side. So this time, you're going to bring your right arm up towards the ceiling. So pushing your left hand into the ground. Sorry, I'm mirroring you, and it's a bit hard when I can't see you all. So push your right hand into the ground. You're going to raise your left hand up, and then bring your left hand, left elbow, and left arm down towards the ground. Got it now. Push your right arm into the ground. Raise the left arm. Bring the left arm and left ear down. Push into the ground. Raise that arm up. This time, releasing the left arm and left ear on the ground. Bring one hand on top of the other. If you want to go further, bend the elbows coming into prayer position and beginning to twist the chest up towards the ceiling. If you want to go further, extend that arm up towards the sky. That might be enough for you. Or you can turn the hand away from you, rotate the wrist, and then begin to reach for the inside of the upper thigh, opening up the chest. Really, really good for the shoulders this one. And then bring your hand back down to the ground. Right hand to the ground. Push your right hand into the earth, lift the head, left arm up, and then come back down. Then coming back into child's. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Sit back on your heels and reach your arms forward, forehead down. If your forehead doesn't reach the ground, you can place one fist on top of the other fist and then just rest your hands. Child's is a nice restorative pose, so there shouldn't be any discomfort in this pose. Breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. Curling the toes to the back. Bring the weight slightly forward, lifting your tailbone up towards the sky and coming into our first downward dog, and then beginning to pedal out the feet. So just working one foot down at a time. Slowly and mindfully. And then holding in downward dog. Push your hands firmly to the mat. Rotate your armpits towards each other. Shoulder blades go down around the body. Slight bend in the knees to lift the tailbone towards the sky. Come down onto your knees for a moment and just watch me. Because I'm going to show you the next move, which is called convoluted dog. A really nice rolling motion. It helps wake up the body and helps you get used to transitioning from one pose to the other. So from downward dog, it looks like this. I come forward on my knee. I bend my knees. I come forward to plank. I push the tailbone up, and then I come back. I bend the knees, come forward to plank. Push the tailbone up towards the sky, and then roll back. So I invite you to come into downward dog. Hands firmly to the earth. Shoulder blade down over the body, slight bend in the knees. Then coming into convoluted dog. So bend the knees. Bring the weight forward into plank. Push the tailbone up towards the sky. And then come back. Bend the knees, bring the weight forward. Notice how I bend my elbows here. The elbows stay straight. Push the weight back up on the toes. Bend the knees, come forward as far as possible for you. Push the tailbone out towards the sky and come back. A couple more. And then holding it down the dog. We're going to go in the opposite direction. So this time we come up on the toes, come forward into plank, bend the knees, and push the tailbone up. Up on the toes, forward into plank, bend the knees, and push back up. A couple more. And then holding in downward dog. Walking your hands back towards your toes, and then folding forward, keeping the knees bent. Grabbing your elbows, opposite elbows, and relax the head. Gentle shake the head for no, gentle nod for yes. Tiny movements with the neck. Grab the opposite elbows, stretching through the back. So we're going to come into a half lift, so place your hands on your knees. Begin to look up. Shoulder blades go down the back of the body and we're extending through the spine, creating length here. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Shoulder blades come back, coming to a flat back. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, look up. Half lift, shoulder blades back. Extend that spine. Exhale, fold. Keep your knees bent. Push your feet into the earth to push yourself up through the spine. So rolling one vertebra at a time. Arms rise. Look towards the ceiling. Then exhale as you melt down through the center of the body. Hands come down through the middle. Come down to the ground. Walk your hands out. Coming into plank. And hold. Wrists beneath the shoulders. Push your heel down. Pull your belly towards the spine. If this is too strong up for your wrists, bring your knees down to the ground and just come into a cat-cow position. So for the first variation, we're going to come down to Sphinx. So everyone coming down to the ground. Bring your elbows just in front of your shoulders. Push your forearms to the ground and lift the chest. Then bring your head back down. Bring your hands beneath your shoulders. Curl the toes to the back. Push back into downward dog. Walking your hands back. And forward fold. Keep the knees bent. Coming to a half lift. Look up, shoulder blades back. Extension through the spine. Exhale, fold. Push your feet into the earth to roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. And it's the last to roll up. Then the arms will come up. Look towards the hands. Exhale as you melt down through the center of the body. Walk your hands out. Feel the mat beneath your hands as you're walking out into either plank or forward plank pose. So either here, wrists beneath the shoulders, push out through the heels, pull the belly in, or onto your knees. Whatever feels good for you. Coming down to the ground. Uncurl the toes. Elbows in front of the shoulders. Push the forearms into the earth. Lift the chest. Bring your head down. Hands beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes at the back. Push back, downward dog. Walk your hands back. And fold. Inhale, half lift, look up, shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold. Push your feet into the earth. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. And it's the last one. Arms rise. Exhale, melt down through the center of the body. Walk your hands out. Feel the mat beneath your hands. Coming into plank or knees on the ground. Everyone lower their knees. Option 2 when we're on the ground is this. We raise the toes. The elbows are going to brush the ribs as we come down to the ground. So I just invite you to watch me first. My toes are raised. The elbows will brush the ribs and push the top of the feet into the mat, which raises the knees off the ground. And then I open up through the shoulders, pushing my hands into the earth. And then I come back into downward dog. So I'll meet you in plank. So from here, we lower the knees. We raise the toes. Elbows are only going to come as far as the ribs. So lower down, elbows brush the ribs. Keep the elbows in. Push the top of the feet into the mat to activate the legs. Open it. Push the hands into the earth. Open up through the chest. And then push back into downward dog. And hold. Breathe in. And exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Inhale, look towards the front as you step towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Gently closing the eyes. How's everyone going? So we're going to do some sun salutations. A really beautiful practice that you can make your own, and you can do these. I do them pretty much every morning. I'll just catch my breath for a moment. So everyone's starting with their hands to their heart. Opening your eyes. Inhale, raising the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, drawing the hands down through the center of the body, folding forward. Inhale, half lift, look up, shoulder points back. Exhale, fold. Step back one foot and the other foot, coming into your downward dog. Come forward into plank. Lower the knees, raise the toes. Elbows brush the ribs. Top of the feet connect with the mat, open up into upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Inhale, look towards the front of the mat and you step towards your hands. Then exhale, forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do that a couple more times. Hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, fold, step back into downward dog. Come forward into plank, hold. Lower the knees, raise the toes. Elbows brush the ribs. Push the feet into the mat, open up through the chest. Push back into downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Inhale, look towards the front as you step towards the front of the mat. Exhale, forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. This time, I'm going to guide you with the breath. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, fold, step back into down dog. Come forward into plank. Lower the knees, raise the toes. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Look towards the hands as you walk towards the front of the Exhale, hands to the heart. Gently closing the eyes. Becoming aware of your breath. Becoming aware of the ground beneath you. Becoming aware of your heart rate. So opening your eyes. We're going to go into our warrior series. So from here we're going to start in chair pose. So we bring our thighs to touch. What we're going to do is we're going to sweep down and come up into a chair. So the thighs touch, squeeze the legs in, sweep down, and sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Now you don't want your butt to be sticking up or too tucked under, just drawing your hips back. Bring your weight onto your heels and see if you can lift the toes. If it's too strong in your shoulders, you can bring your hands to your heart, lifting the chest. From here, you're going to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up, shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold, step back into downward dog. And hold. Raise the right leg. Draw the knee towards the chest, pull the belly towards the spine. Look towards the hands. Raise your spine a little bit higher, curl that, arch that spine, and then see if you can draw your foot down towards the ground. You might just pick it up and bring it forward, and that's perfectly okay. Bring your weight onto that foot. Pivot the back foot, coming up into warrior one. Your front knee is bent at 90 degrees. Your back foot is at 45 degrees. You're pivoting your hips towards the front. Arms rise. And hold. Feel like you're stretching the mat with your legs. So really try and stretch the mat, activating those leg muscles. Bring your hands down to your heart. Pivot your back foot out to 90 degrees. Keeping your front knee at 90 degrees, open hands out. Warrior two. Looking out through the middle finger of the front hand. Feel the inner thighs circling out towards the back. Flip that front palm. Lean forward. Bring your back hand onto your thigh. And then raising that front palm up, keeping your bend in your front knee, feeling a stretch through the side here. Exalted warrior. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward with your front hand. Imagine you can touch the wall or the tree or whatever you can see in front of you. Really, really reaching up and out of your hips. And then when you're ready, coming over to rest either on your calf or your thigh, wherever your hand rests, fingers pointing outwards. Then opening up the top arm. Triangle. You might want to bring your hand behind you if you've got any pain in the shoulder. Either looking towards the ceiling or looking towards the ground. Beginning to peel open that top shoulder. Circle the hands around, coming back into warrior two. Cartwheel both hands down to the ground. Raise that front foot up. Bring it down Raise the toes. Elbows brush the ribs. Inhaling to upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. We're going to go on the other side. Raising the left leg. Bring the knee towards the chest. Pull the belly towards the spine. Bring the weight forward with the hands. See if you can gently place that foot in between the hands. You can always pick it up and bring it forward. And then this time pivoting on the back foot 45, front knee 90 degrees. Hips facing towards the front. You can keep your hands at your chest. If you want to go further, you can raise the arms up. Make sure the shoulders aren't up towards the ears, so draw the shoulder blades down back of the body. Feel as if you're stretching the mat with the legs, so really activating the inner leg muscles. Bring the hands down, cross the arms over. Pivot that back foot to 90 degrees. Open out to the sides. Warrior two. Look through the middle of that front hand. Flip the front palm up. Lean forward. Bring your back hand to rest on the thigh. Raise that arm up. Keep that bend in that front knee. Feel the stretch inside. Exalted. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward with your front arm. Reach as far forward you can and then tip over into triangle. Wherever you land on the leg is perfectly okay. And then beginning to open up the top arm. Remember, you can rotate that hand and bring it behind you if you've got any shoulder discomfort. So we're opening up the top shoulder towards the ceiling. Either looking towards the floor or looking towards the ceiling. And then bring back into warrior two. Cut with both hands down. Raise that front foot up. Bring that foot down into downward dog. You can always hold in downward dog. You can always rest in child's or follow me for the flow. Come forward into plank. Lower the knees. Raise the toes. Elbows brush the ribs. Push up into upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Look towards the hands as you step towards the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart, closing the eyes. Becoming aware of your breath. Feeling the ground beneath you. We're going to go a little further with this one. Starting with your hands at your heart, opening the eyes. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms rise, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, fold. Step back into downward dog. And hold. Raise the right leg. Bring the knee towards the chest, pull the belly towards the spine, come up on the toes, bring the weight forward, step forward into warrior one. Back foot at 45 degrees, front knee at 90 degrees. Pivoting your hips towards the front. Arms rise, or hands to the heart. Stretch the mat with your legs. Open up into warrior two. Back foot comes to 90 degrees. Arms out to the side. Spiral those legs out towards the back. Look over the middle finger. into the thigh. Raise that palm up. Keep that bend in that front knee. Exalted warrior. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward. Reach as far forward as you can. Tip over into triangle. Open up the top arm. Remember, you can bring it behind you. Circle that top arm around. Come back into warrior two. Pivot on the back leg. This time coming into a high lunge. Either arms towards the sky or at the heart. Push your back heel towards the ground. Pull into your pelvic floor. Pull the belly towards the spine. Really create a strong core so that you can come up gently and mindfully into warrior three. Now your warrior three could be here. You might be using a wall. Everything is okay. Want to make sure that we're not opening the hip up to the side, so we're keeping the hips square here. We bring our hands behind us, rotating the little fingers towards the ground. Draw the back toes towards us. Now see if you can come back down to the ground in a low lunge. So if you can, bring your foot gently down to the ground. Bring that knee down. You might need to reposition your front foot. Hands to the hips, low lunge. We want to make sure that our knee doesn't go further forward than our toes. So if you need to, just bring your foot a little bit further forward. You also want to make sure that you don't lean too far into here and lose the integrity of the back. So slight tuck under of the tailbone will help to activate the muscles of this leg. You should be feeling a nice stretch through the front of the thigh here. And then bring both hands down, either side of the foot, uncurl the back toe, lift that front leg up, bring it back down, into downward dog. So you can hold it downward dog here, or you can follow me for a flow. So come forward into plank, lower the knees, raise the toes, elbows brush the ribs, upwards into upward dog, back into downward dog. This time, raise the left leg. Bring the knee towards the chest, pull the belly towards the spine, bring the weight forward, step forward into warrior one. Back foot 45 degrees, front knee 90 degrees, hips towards the front. And hold. Feel like you're stretching the back of your legs. Pivot the back foot out, 90 degrees. Warrior two. Stretch those arms out. Look over the middle finger of the front hand. Flip that front palm, leaning forward, back hand onto the thigh. Exalted warrior. Stretch the front leg, lean forward with front arm. Reach as far as possible as you can, then tip over into triangle. Open up the top shoulder. Or rotate and bring the hand behind you. Circle the hands back, warrior two. Pivot on your back foot. Either keep your hands up towards the sky, bring the hands to the heart. Push the back, the heel towards the ground. Pull into your pelvic floor. Pull the belly towards the spine. Slightly lift the sternum as you gently and mindfully rise up into warrior three. Draw the toes towards you. Hands can stay at the chest or come behind you. Fingertips rotating towards the ground. Draw the toes towards you. And then see if we can come down into a lunge. Uncurl the toes. Bend that front knee. Coming down to the ground. And once you're there, bring the knee down. You might want to bring your front knee forward. Coming into a lunge. Remember, we don't want to go over the toes here. So you might want to shift that foot forward a little bit. Draw the tailbone under. It's going to allow you to feel that stretch through the front of this quad here. And then bring both hands down. Raise that front foot up. Bring it into downward dog. Option to hold in downward dog or join in for a flow. Come forward to plank. Lower the knees. Raise the toes. Elbows brush the ribs. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Breathe in. 2, 3. And out. 2, 3. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Inhale, look towards the hands as you step towards the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Gently closing the eyes. We're going to make our way gently down to the ground. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, fold, step back into downward dog and hold. Raise the right leg. Bring the knee towards the chest. Pull the belly towards the spine. Bring the weight forward. This time you bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Straighten the left leg behind you. Stand up high on the fingertips. Make sure that your back foot isn't curled behind you. We're going to do 3 rolls to get down. So what we do is we roll down, then push the hands into the earth, raise the chest, inhale to come up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, push up, use your hands against earth. Exhale, this time, walking the hands out. Either resting fist on top of fist and resting your head on your hands, or you can rest your head on the ground and your arms out in front, whatever feels good for you. And then just breathing into any tight spaces. And gently walking your hands up. Bring your weight onto your right thigh and bring your left leg, if you can, around until your left foot comes in front of your right knee. Now this might be too strong for you, so if it does feel too strong, extend your right leg out in front, so coming into a gentle twist here. We inhale, and then we exhale. You can either bring your right elbow across and hold the knee, or you can bring your right elbow in front of the knee, bring your hand into the stop sign, and bring your left hand behind. and gently release. We're just going to twist to the other side for a second. Just bring your hands down and lean your weight into the hands. Just a bit of a counter twist. And then, if you've got your right knee bent underneath, extend your right knee and bring your left foot in beside. So the left knee is bent and the right knee is long. We're going to come into a forward fold. So you might want to grab your strap here. You can have this right leg bent and you can bring that other leg quite far underneath, depending on your flexibility. So we're going to do 3 rolls. So we start with our hands at our feet. So we inhale, rise up through the body, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up, exhale, forward. Inhale, rise up, exhale, forward. Draw your chest towards your toes. Draw your toes towards you. And relax the head. And then gently walking your hands back. Extend your other foot in front. Give the feet a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to roll up through the body. Bring the hands towards the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. One more. Exhale, forward. Chest towards the toes. Relax the head. Walking the hands back. Cross the legs. You're going to rock forward onto your hands. Uncross the legs and come back into downward dog. And hold. You have an option to go for a flow through if you want to come forward into plank, lower the knees, come into upward dog, or you can just hold in downward dog, waiting for the other side. So everyone, raise the left leg, bring the knee towards the chest, pull the belly towards the spine, bring the weight forward, and then bring that left knee behind the left wrist, coming up into pigeon. Look towards the back foot, make sure that it's not curled under to the side, so straighten that back leg. Coming up on fingertips, pull up through pelvic floor. We're going to do 3 rolls, so keep your hands on the ground, roll down towards the earth. Push your hands into the earth to come back up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, push into the earth, come up. Exhale, roll down, walking your hands out. Remember, fist on top of fist, or resting the head on the ground. Whatever feels good for you. Then walking your hands back. Bring your weight onto your left thigh. Then swing your right leg around, around, around. And if you can, bring the right foot in front of the left knee. If that feels too strong on your body, extend the left leg forward. We're going to come into a twist on the other side. So hug your knee towards your chest. Lift up. Now you might want to only go as far forward as bringing your left arm around your left knee and pulling that knee in towards the chest. If you want to go further forward, draw the knee towards the chest. Bring your left elbow in front of your right knee. Bring your hand into a stop sign and your right hand behind you. And then gently release. We're going to come into a counter twist. So bring both hands down to the ground and slightly in onto the other side. Just gently unwind the body. If your left knee is bent, extend that left leg. Then bring your right leg down. Right knee comes bent, left leg is long. Coming into a forward fold. Remember, you can bend your left leg and you can place your right knee underneath that left foot. You can also grab the strap. So we're going to do 3 rolls. Starting with our hands in our feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. One more. And forward fold and hold. Chest towards the toes. Inhale. As you exhale, you might be able to pick up your foot and extend it a little bit further forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Walking your hands back. Extend your other foot in front. Give them a bit of a shake. You might want to bring your hands back. Wait onto your hands for a minute. And we're going to do the same thing. 3 rolls. So remember, you can grab a strap. So the rolls, what they do is they encourage our pelvis to tip forward. If I try and do this pose without bending my knees and without any rolls, it kind of looks like this. I can reach my toes, but you can see there's this really bad curve in my back. So by bending my knees and by rolling, I'm coming up out of my hips and then I'm folding further forward. So you can see that it's a better position for the hips to be tilting forwards rather than the pelvis tilting backwards. That's why we do our rolls. So we start with our hands towards our feet. So draw the hands up the body, lift as high as you can, and then fold forward. Draw the hands along the ground, up through the body. Rise up and fold. One more. Hands along the ground, up, and then forward fold. Either reaching for your toes, your legs, the strap. Draw your toes towards you wherever you are. And you can practice with inhale. As you exhale, extending those feet just a tiny, tiny bit further forward. Baby, baby steps. Inhale. On the exhale, slightly further forward. Inhale. Exhale. And then gently walking the hands back. Bringing your feet towards the top of the mat. We're going to make our way down towards the ground. You might want to wriggle out your feet a little. And you can go down to the ball to ground as fast or slow as you want. If you're following me, draw your toes towards you. Pull your belly towards the spine. And slowly coming down, arms facing forward. Halfway mark, you can begin to pulse. Create little circles. The other way. A little bit lower. Really drawing the belly towards the spine. Pulse. A little bit lower. And then release down. And when you're down, stretch your arms behind you. Stretch your legs. Inside out. Oh, that feels so good. Big stretch. And release. Try and do opposite arm, opposite leg. And stretch. Other opposites. Stretch. Both arms, both feet. Oh, feels so good. So we're going to come into a gentle twist to finish our practice. So if you know of any and you feel like, yeah, I want to do that one, feel free to go ahead. Otherwise, follow me. We're going to bend our knees, bring our feet out just as wide as the mat. Feet are quite wide. Bring the arms out to the side. Begin to gently windscreen wiper the legs. Just imagining that your knees are windscreen wipers. Then find a side, rest on that side, and turn your head to the opposite side. Look towards that hand. Or look towards the ceiling if it's too strong in your neck. And bring the legs up to the center and turn over to the other side. Bring the legs up to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest, give them a squeeze. And circling in one direction. And circling the other way. And if there's anything that you need to do for Shavasana, any pose that you want to do, feel free to take a moment to do that. Otherwise, just massaging the lower back. And gently releasing one leg out to the side, the other leg out to the side. And if you're cold, grabbing a blanket or a scarf, if you've got one nearby, and placing it over you. Relaxing your arms. Relaxing your forehead. Feeling the weight of the legs, connecting with the earth. slowly becoming aware of the sound of my voice. Beginning to wriggle your fingers and your toes. Beginning to breathe into the belly. Circling your ankles, circling your wrists, stretching your arms overhead. Coming over to roll over onto your right hand side, keep the eyes closed. When you're ready, pressing yourself up into a seated position. Either keeping your hands on your knees or bringing your hands to your heart. And just noticing how you feel. Noticing if there's a sense of calm, a sense of ease in the body. Notice if you feel more aware of your breath, feel more aware of the ground. Now I invite you to think of someone in your life that's having a hard time, that's struggling, or that you'd like to send a little love to, or it might even be an animal that you dearly care for, or if you can't think of any specific person, you could send it out to the whole world, because we definitely need it right now. So just place in your mind's eye a person or an animal or a cause that you hold really deeply close to you and that you wish to send a little love to. So we're going to finish off with 3 Oms. So send your Oms out to them. Inhale. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings have happiness and the causes for happiness. Thank you for joining me for this beautiful practice of yoga today. Thank you to all my teachers.